Hello, it is now somewhere past midnight right now. I am in my PJs, of course, because that's what I do right when I get home is I get into my PJs. And I think I had a really good writing day, especially the type of content that I wrote. I was on JC's live stream earlier today while I was at work, and I had a lot of fun writing what I wrote. I think it's pretty good, so I might share it as a snippet. Unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing it until the 30th day of this month, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. I did make my goal for today. Well, technically yesterday I did make my goal. I made it. I'm still chugging along way ahead of schedule. So I'm supposed to be at around 6,000, maybe 7,000 words. That's where I'm supposed to be right around this time. I am double that. So I have about 6,000 left. With His Immortal Majesty, I am less than that away from actually meeting my overall goal. So my goal for His Immortal Majesty was 86,250. I am really close to passing the 81,000 mark here soon. So I have less than that to finish His Immortal Majesty, whereas I still have 6k left to hit 18,000 words for the month. So I might be finishing His Immortal Majesty before I reach the 18k. I don't want to shorten my goal because, well, I'm adding a lot of words to certain events in His Immortal Majesty, so that's decreasing the amount of words I have left to get for the book total. And it's what's gotten me ahead is writing so many words and adding so many scenes that I had ideas to add in the first place. Obviously these numbers will be put into a recap at the end of this video, but I just want to preface for I guess my own sake that my landmark goal is 6,968. Where I'm at now is 12,034 words. So I wrote 676 words today. Not too bad. It's pretty much double my already shortened goal for today. But yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said I was pretty much double what I was supposed to be at. The difference between those two numbers, where I'm at versus where I'm supposed to be, is 5,066 word different, and that is in the positive. So while the numbers may not seem like I had a good writing day as far as the numbers go, I personally go by how I felt while I was writing, and I feel like I had a great writing day. I hit one of the events that I wanted to write, which is super sweet. I do plan on going further and adding another scene that wasn't originally in the outline for this new chapter, but I feel like I'm going to have a great time with it. So therefore, I had a great writing day. I'm going to have a great writing day tomorrow because I get to continue that scene during somebody's live stream tomorrow. So that's going to be so much fun. Writing my boys, Gail and Sterling. I'm going to have so much fun with those two. I already am, but I'm going to have so much more fun writing the scene that I do have planned and kind of sort of mapped out in my head. It was also a great writing day because I actually started handwriting some stuff from Dearest C. I know I told you guys I was going to be working on Dearest C, and I was looking for an excuse to try and kill this pen a little bit faster. So I have these cute little astrology themed extra fine tip pens that I really want to use, but with me and how many pens I have, I don't even want to show you how many pens and pencils I have, but with me and when it comes to writing utensils, I need to use one completely before I start using another, because I used to be the type to start using them and then never use them again. So and one of my New Year's resolutions is to use more pens. So I've been using this one. It is a Pilot G207. I've been using this for quite a while now, and I've been trying to kill it. I've been trying to kill it for quite some time now. And one of the ways I've been doing that is I've been handwriting the final scene in Dearest C. And it's quite a scene, and I'm excited to actually be able to handwriting it. Like, look at that. I have like an entire page full still, and then I have another half already written. So yeah, today was a good writing day for me. With that being said, I will check back again tomorrow and we'll see if I have actually finished the scene I was handwriting and finished chapter 30 of His Immortal Majesty. So it is once again almost midnight, and I didn't write anything yesterday, or at least I didn't write anything to put on the Nano site, so it technically says 0 words, and I've once again lost my streaks, but I did handwrite a lot of stuff. I even finished that one scene that I was writing for Dearest C, so that's all done. It is 2 sheets long, 3.5 pages long. So there's that. I did write that yesterday, or I finished it yesterday, and I did actually write some words. I typed up some words to put on the Nano site today, and I got 813, so I am now once again way above my goal. I am basically doubling my daily goal and knocking it out of the park. I am sorry if you can hear my little fan. I have a little fan like right there blowing directly onto me because it is going to be just over 100 degrees on Sunday, and when I get to my home late in the evening, whenever I work, my apartment's quite warm. So I am using my little personal fan to keep cool right now. Back onto the subject of writing, my goal by today was like 8,129, I think. I'm at 12,847, I think, by this time. So I am slowly making my way back up to above 5,000 words as a difference. So there's that. Like I said, I'm still hitting it out of the ballpark. So I'm just giving myself like little moments. And once again, I'm not getting 1,000 words. Watch me get 1,000 words tomorrow and call myself a liar. I am also severely trying to delay finishing chapter 30 to move on to chapter 31 because I started handwriting it. So that's why I am severely delaying it. But also at the same time, it also includes some other things that I can't really talk about because it's going to be spoilers, and I haven't killed my pen yet. For those who probably weren't paying attention in the last clip, I am trying to run this pen dry, this G2 Pilot pen. I have this much ink left in it, and I need to kill it so I can use my astrology pens because they are zodiac themed, and I've been debating on using those for some other project, but at the same time I might run out of those by the time I'm done either outlining or handwriting some certain scenes and just about anything else that I do to, kill off a pen, basically. So I decided to just use them like normal, regular pens. And before I do that, I need to dry out this one first. And what better way to kill off a pen like that to make it go dry than to handwrite your favorite scenes that you want to write the most in one of your favorite projects. I am just now realizing that probably didn't make any sense, but I'm sure you guys can figure out what I meant. You guys also might have noticed something a little bit different by the end of the last clip. I did a recap of that day. At the end of this clip, I will do a recap for yesterday, and I will also be doing a recap at the end of that one for today's writing escapade, I guess. Don't know if you want to call it an escapade, but I'll take what I can get because my brain just gives me words and my mouth just spews them. I'm a writer, but words are hard. So, very hard. Hi friends! So, it has been quite the few days. I just got home from a date with my boyfriend, so some of y'all know that I am dating, and some of y'all know who kind of it is. So since it's been kind of a long few days, I will be consulting my bullet journal for the numbers that I did so far, because these last few days have been quite a lot. I mean, hell, I am wearing a t-shirt that says today's goal, ignore everyone. So if that doesn't tell you how the last few days have gone, I don't know what will. Let's just put it stressful. That is the word for how these last few days have gone. But I did manage to get some writing in. I did manage to squeeze a few words in. So there's that. So this is the layout that I have been using for my Camp Nano stuff. This is for November. So this is my actual Camp Nano, the thing that I'm doing here. I got 312 words on Saturday before I started taking part in the write-a-thon by Michael C.B. Chen, our dearest friend. And I couldn't get any more words after that because I had to take care of 8 drop-offs at work. And it was fun, to say the least. I showed up to 5, and then over time I got 3 more, and I was able to get everything done on time. Some people are aware that I was also having technical issues with some of the equipment. At the laundromat, we have slot machines, and we also have a computer setup in the office where I usually am, and the printer that connects to the computer in there, the printer for it, that registers all of the cash outs and whatnot, it kept checking the server connection. So 1 second it would say server connection offline, and then 2 seconds later it would say server connection online, and it would keep doing that literally every 2 to 10 seconds. And it pretty much, I think it wasted like half a roll at the point that I caught it. So I had to turn the printer off, but turning the printer off means I can't see the cash outs, and neither can the people who actually own those slot machines. So I had to tag out every single slot machine. Tagging out, if you're not familiar with the term, tagging out just means put out of order or put an out of order sign. So I had to put out of order signs on all 7 of our machines so no one would use them, and I didn't have to listen to the printer being absolutely annoying throughout the entire night. I was informed that it finally stopped at around 7:30-ish, but I had already tagged out everything and I didn't want to deal with the stupid printer anymore. And so that was a fun Saturday evening, but I did get words. I made my nano goal. I think I had like 303 words to get for the daily goal, and I made that by like 9 words, and I couldn't do any more than that because 1, I didn't have time, 2, didn't really have the energy for it, nor did I have the energy to film this until today, which is Monday. So that was a whole spiel on Saturday. I had so much fun that day. Sunday, yesterday, was a bit easier. I only had, I think maybe like 4 drop-offs, and they didn't show up until like later while I was already doing something else, and they were just easier to do because they were really small ones, so I was able to wait in between some of them and do my own thing. But that day had its own stressors. I mentioned to Julie, the author's chat, when she streamed, during that stream, during one of the sprints, I don't think it was even during one of the sprints. I think she was chatting in between sprints, so it was before her second one. I had a drop-off, one of the laundry loads that I had to do. I had one of those fall off the table. I had it a pretty decent height, mostly shirts and stuff, and I was in the middle of putting the socks, piling up the socks next to the shirts. They were like the little short sleeve shirts. I had those piled up. Next thing I know, I'm like folding another one. Next thing I know, the whole bag just comes toppling over onto the floor, spilling out 90% of its contents, including the socks that I had just put in there and a lot of the shirts that I had folded already. Needless to say, I did not have the patience for that, so I took out my rage on the socks and some of the shirts that had to be refolded. Luckily, the damage was at a minimum, so I only had to refold maybe like 3 or 4 of the shirts, and I just had to basically Humpty Dumpty it. I had to put it back together again. So that was fun. Yesterday was also not a very good writing day either. I only had the energy to get out 197 words, so that's pretty much all I got yesterday. I didn't meet my daily goal, so that served as an issue, but it's fine. I'm still very much far ahead. I'm still like coasting along at just over 13,000 words total for Nano, so I'm doing pretty well. So I'm not making that big of a deal about my word counts and how many words I got that day, because you know, I'm really far ahead. I'm pretty much almost double my my landmark goal. I think I'm at like 4,000 words above, so that is a reassurance for me, knowing I'm still ahead and I can just calm down when it comes to my writing. Like, I don't have to rush for anything. So there's that. Today, though, was a significantly better writing day. I think I got 518 words total, and I also went on the date with my boyfriend, so there's that. I had a good meal. And for those of you who are a little bit food nosy, I had a delicious patty melt with a side of onion rings. And before that, I had an appetizer that had fried cheese ravioli, some mozzarella sticks, and some fried mushrooms. The fried ravioli kind of gave me the vibe of a mozzarella stick. It wasn't that big of an issue, I'm not gonna complain, it was good. I also had some cherry lemonade, and unfortunately I didn't get a picture of that. Now that I'm filming this, I realized I didn't get a picture of it, and I drank all of it. So me being at home, I can't really go out and get more from the restaurant I went to. But before I left, I ended up getting one of their specials, and that was this lovely blueberry lemonade. I think on Sunday before I left, it was either Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember, but one of the days I ended up getting pictures of some really cool, I think, lilies. I'm not too sure about it because I'm not well versed in my flower types, but there are these beautiful like flower bushes right next to where I park. These two types of flowers, I think they're 2 different types, but these 2 types of flowers I wanted to get a picture of because, you know, I thought they were pretty and I wanted to get them while they lasted. There are some other flowers on my walk to work, but unfortunately I think they're wilting. Oh, and at some point I did manage to kill that pen that I have been wanting to kill since the last clip. I've been wanting to kill it, so it finally died because I was writing down a list of the questions that JC had asked the AuthorTube community for her AuthorTube community uplift tag, which you will be seeing here soon, probably within the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that. And I was also writing down my responses, and the pen that I was using, the G2, it kept going in and out, in and out, in and out, and then it over time started fading. So I finally managed to kill it. So now I will be using this pen. This is the first pen in that astrology set that I had showed you guys earlier. It's Aquarius themed, and for those who want to know, I got these off of Amazon. I think it was a Prime Day deal. I don't know. They were on sale and I was obsessed with pens still. And so I got them. They are zodiac themed, and I have a series that's based on all the zodiacs, so why not? As far as self-care goes with my mental health, kind of, sort of, my dish-free sink method has been working. It's been working great for me so far, and you guys have seen how my dishwasher works. So all I gotta do now is pull it out, hook it up to the sink, and then put the dishwasher pods in there. I put 2 in there, one in the actual like slot that you put them in, and then one in the back, because that's how I was taught. Because if your dishwasher doesn't run too well, and if it doesn't, you know, clean everything really well, then you put one in the main slot where it goes, and then one in the very back at the bottom. You just kind of toss it in there, and it should clean a little bit better. So there's that tip for you. So now whenever I say, oh, I gotta do the dishes, all I gotta do is pull out my dishwasher, hook it up and everything, and then run it. And it's all done, and all I gotta do is put away the dishes. It is saving me so much time and energy, because I used to slog over the dishes, and whenever I would look over at the full sink with all those dirty dishes in there, it would often like overwhelm me just by looking at it. So I wouldn't usually get to it until like maybe the middle of the week, when I'm like, oh, fine, I'll do the dishes. And it took a lot of effort. It would take me like maybe 2.5 hours just to do the dishes, and that'd be like 90% of my day just gone. I just turned my fan on because it's getting a little bit hot in here, even though it's late in the evening for me. So it gets pretty warm when the sun goes down. Don't know why, but it does. I'm thinking that once this month is over, I'll do kind of like a monthly review or something like similar, but I don't quite know yet, so I might do a monthly review or something like that for how Nano went for me. So I might be doing that, who knows? I mean, who knows anything when you've got an unpredictable full-time job and you have to get words at the same time, or you're a writer or something that also demands, I wouldn't say quite a lot of attention, but definitely enough attention that it kind of goes on par with your unpredictable full-time job like mine. Well, I'm gonna stop yammering on and on about whatever, so I will go ahead and send you guys off to the recap, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next clip. I guess we're gonna be starting this clip how we started the entire video, aren't we? Just sitting here at my dinner table in my PJs at 1 in the morning. Because I haven't actually sat down and started filming it until around this time, if I look tired, that's why. I will be going to bed here shortly, I promise, but I had a lot of success today. I ended up writing like 1,400 words, just over 1,400 words for His Immortal Majesty, and I started world building a little bit more an older series. I started writing that series when I was in high school and when I was just a little baby writer and didn't know a whole lot. And now I'm starting to have ideas about what I want to see in the first book, which is technically already finished. Those 1,400 words that I wrote for His Immortal Majesty went exclusively to one chapter, which is supposed to be like just over 3,000 words long, and I have, I think, maybe close to 2,000 words left for this. So I think chapter 31 is going to be quite long, even after I add the handwritten parts, a lot like the new, chapter 34, which is just over 5,000 words long. So I think this is going to be just as long as that. With the world building thing, I originally decided for the second book to be my official NaNoWriMo project in November, but then I started having ideas about the first book. Since the characters from the first book are being used in the second, obviously it wouldn't be a series otherwise, and I started envisioning what the town in the first book was actually like and how I needed to describe it and all that stuff. And I realized that I had done little to no world building. Even the stuff that I had world built, it wasn't really enough. So I think before October, you'll be seeing a video about what my plans are for the official NaNoWriMo event. So just keep an eye out for that. Aside from writing, I did absolutely nothing the entire day. I did get a call from my boyfriend, so there's that. But as far as everything else, I did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't leave my apartment for any reason. I sat in my PJs all day. I didn't even run the dishwasher yet. I'll probably have to start that before I leave to go get groceries tomorrow. But it's gonna be an easy task because all I have to do is pull it out and, hook it up and everything. But I did nothing. I didn't leave my apartment to go check the mail or anything. I did not leave. And for me, with Tuesday being my last day off before I have to start the work week again, that's a huge win in my book. To let my body rest and relax and just chill for the entire day. Pretty much all I did was scroll TikTok, watch YouTube, I joined several writing streams today, and I watched Dez's stream. She came back after like a week of no streaming because of life, and of course she's living the deadline life during July, and it was very hectic for her. But for me, today it was super chill. I basically just lounged around my apartment for the entire day. No reading, virtually no writing. I was figuring out how to schedule a YouTube post, so there's one productive thing for the day. And I also edited the response video to JC's tag, so there's one productive thing that I did. I also produced it, and that's why I was trying to figure out how to schedule a YouTube post. I ended up not scheduling it. I didn't post it either, but I was just trying to figure that out so I could. set it up for next week. But all of that, I did not leave my house. I pretty much did all of that just sitting here, lounging in my pajamas all day. And for me, personally, my days off are my days off. Okay, I usually try not to interact with a whole lot of people except digitally, so I don't usually go out when it's my weekends. So I just didn't do anything except for lounge around and be productive for my blog, my business, you know, all of that stuff. And even though I was only productive on my phone and still remained in my PJs today, that is completely okay for me because I'm giving my body a chance to relax before I have to head off to another work week in which the laundromat can sometimes be rather demanding on my body. But anyway, I think I've rambled on just a bit too much enough. I have a busy day tomorrow. I have a busy morning tomorrow. I have to start the dishes, get the groceries, and I have to get rent as well. I have to do that. I basically have a morning full of adulting before I even have to head off for work. So I am going to close out this clip by sending you off to the recap, and I hope you guys enjoy.